try something completely different. I'm from a business school in marketing, but essentially I am an experimental social psychologist. And I look at how using digital things, how posting on Facebook, how posting on Twitter, how writing online reviews influences the people reading those and influences the people writing them. So I'm going to talk about kind of two projects specifically, but the big question that I'm interested in is how language use, how saying things in different ways in these digital environments changes how we feel about our experiences and changes other people's interpretations or understandings of our experiences. So two examples of that, I've done some work looking at explaining language in online reviews. So when we write online reviews, we do this sometimes to try and be helpful, sometimes we do this just because we want to talk about something that we love. And if we do that by explaining why we liked it, that changes how we evaluate our prior experiences. So when I tell you that I went to this fantastic restaurant and I go and post on Yelp how much I love the new restaurant I went to, if I tell you that I loved the dessert because it was a brownie and it had ice cream on it and there was some sea salt there, I'm actually going to like it less. So when we explain things, when we conceptualize and analyze particularly emotional things, they become less emotional. So I've looked at explaining different types of experiences, positive and negative, cognitive and emotional, and how that changes our own evaluations, and how people evaluate that information themselves. Does this look like a restaurant that I would like to go to? The other project that I'm just working on with a graduate student and a colleague in business is looking at sharing emotions in online environments, and particularly broadcasting those emotions, which is something that we're now able to do that we couldn't do before. So marketing and consumer behavior are kind of opening their eyes to big data in terms of word of mouth. We used to just talk over the back fence, and now we can talk to thousands and thousands of people. So what is that doing? So we're looking at what happens when you broadcast emotions like I love Harry Potter or I love Transcend Coffee to many, many people on Facebook or Twitter. Does that intensify your emotions? Does it make them stronger? Do you love Transcend more or do you love it less after sharing it? So are there some emotions that we could and should share? Are there ways that we can share those emotions, that we can share that content in ways that help us or hurt us? And what does that do overall for our kind of well-being and our emotional tenor? So there's lots of other questions that I would like to answer in this environment, and that means that I need both to collect all of the data that's out there and figure out how to analyze it. So I started doing very clunky coding by hand, which I'm fortunately moving away from, but I need more and better text analysis tools. So that's one of the reasons that I'm here. Thank you.